Similarly to how cholera is fatal for human beings, FOWL cholera is also a devastating disease in poultry birds, causing suffering to chicken, decreased production, and even death if not properly handled. In this video, I want to discuss what causes FOWL cholera in chicken, how to know if your chickens are suffering from it, and most importantly, I will tell you how to prevent and use natural treatments that I am going to give you if you identify signs and symptoms of this disease in your chicken. But before we continue with this video, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, consider hitting that subscribe button and also hit that bell notification so that you will not only be notified when I post a new video, but also this helps the video to be pushed to many farmers so that they can be able to see this important information. Also, kindly hit that like button. FOWL cholera is caused by a bacteria called Pasteurella maltosida, and this bacteria gives this disease another name that is called pasteurellosis. FOWL cholera can be transmitted from one chicken to another through contaminated feed, contaminated water, and equipment that are not properly cleaned. Another thing is that this bacteria called Pasteurella maltosida that causes this FOWL cholera, it's very hardy and resistant, and it can survive in the environment for a long time, and once a chicken is infected, it can become a carrier. And what I mean by a carrier is that even if the signs and symptoms of an affected chicken go away, you find that this chicken can continue to shed these bacteria to the environment, and that is why sometimes you have to cull the chicken that are affected. Now, how are you going to know that these FOWL cholera have affected your chicken? And here are some of the signs and symptoms that you are going to look out for so that you can be able to identify this disease. And number one is that you're going to see a greenish to yellowish diarrhea. Another thing is that you're going to see your chicken having difficulties in breathing. Also, there's going to be loss of appetite, swollen head and wattles. You are also going to see ruffled feathers, weakness and depression, and also this can cause death. And due to the hardy nature of the bacteria, once a chicken becomes infected, it becomes difficult to treat, and that is why vaccination is highly recommended to prevent this chicken killer disease. Before I give you some of the natural treatments to help affected chicken, apart from vaccination, there are a couple of other prevention measures that a farmer should put into place. And number one is ensuring hygiene of the feed and water, and also make sure that you clean the equipment so that you can be able to eliminate these bacteria. Another thing is that you are going to isolate the sick birds and treat them when in isolation so that you can prevent this disease from affecting the whole flock. Another thing is about the quarantine of the new birds, and this involves putting new birds. For example, if you have bought some chicken, make sure that first of all you put them in a separate place or a separate house so that you can see how their health is going to turn out before you include them into the rest of the flock. This avoids, transmission of this FOWL cholera that could be from that farm where you have bought the chicken. Another thing is about disposing of the dead birds, and these dead birds should be disposed as soon as possible. You should disinfect the chicken coop. This disinfection of the chicken coop comes after you clear out the birds. After you clear them, make sure that you disinfect the chicken house and leave it for about 2 to 3 weeks so that you can be able to starve these bacteria and kill them. Now let us discuss about the natural treatment to treat FOWL cholera. And There are two major treatments that you can use to give to your chicken when you see the signs of FOWL cholera in any of your chickens. So in the first treatment, you are going to need garlic, ginger, cloves, basil or the scent leaf, and also the turmeric powder. Now here is a procedure that you are going to use so that you can be able to make this treatment and give it to your birds. Once you make this treatment, you are going to add 15 ml per liter of the chicken's drinking water. In the second treatment, you are going to need capsicum, and the amount of capsicum to use depends on the amount of water you are giving to your chicken. For example, 25 grams of grinded or chopped into small pieces of capsicum should be soaked into 1 liter of the chicken's drinking water. And this amount of capsicum can change. For example, if you are preparing a 20-liter medication or treatment for your birds, you are going to need a half kg of this capsicum. As you make this treatment so that you can be able to help your birds recover from FOWL cholera, I recommend also that you hit the video on your screen right now so that you can be able to know the natural treatments for FOWL typhoid.